Hello everybody. How are we all doing today? Let's get our mic check stuff out of the way. Looks like we're still a little bit low on volume, so let's bring it up a couple ticks and see to where that should hopefully have us to where we're not really peaking, but it's easy for you guys to hear me. And how's everybody doing today? We're waiting on Star Citizen to load, so it'll be a moment here. As you can see, we are waiting for the game to fully launch. Hopefully it'll launch smoothly. Haven't updated it at all today. Oh, there we go. Now it's showing in the background. I still think that's a caterpillar. That's kind of that shadow between the star and the planet there. Or that might be a moon. I'm feeling better. Still have a little bit of sinus pressure. And yeah, so let's bring that down just a skosh. There we go. And I was debating on if I wanted to do Star Citizen or try something new, but off the last video/stream that I put up, I said I was going to do Star Citizen next, so here we are. Let's see where it decided to put us. Excuse me. And nice long loaded, maybe. Wow, that was actually pretty fast. Let's see here. We are on game server 10, and we are back here at ArcCorp. We're gonna turn off in-game chat just in case they say things. Now that is funny. We had a crash to desktop right off the bat. I think I might have just accidentally launched into the live servers. Because I wasn't paying attention. But, you know, shit happens. And, yeah, if that's the case, we'll just log back out and go back into the PTU stuff. And, figure it out from there. And so I gotta really stop with my idle voice stuff of the but I just don't like live in dead air, so to speak, and it gives me saying gives me a chance to kind of think about what I want to say and such. But I imagine it's not fairly entertaining for anybody, so I'm going to try and work on that and have things to actually talk about. Once, so in the D&D video stream thing that I put out, I was talking about running my friends through the Pathfinder 2 beginner box. Let's see here. Do we have... Oh, I don't have a shortcut for that one. So while we're waiting, let's go here. And so I'm running them through the beginner box. They've made it through the first floor of the dungeon over the course of 2 sessions. However, with me coming down with COVID, and which I'm getting over at this point, but a couple of them came down with COVID as well, and so we decided to cancel our next session until everybody's all nice and healthy. So hopefully we can get them through the second floor of the dungeon and kind of finish it off. And then we'll start working on doing the continuation quest after the beginner box that's called Troubles in Otari. If there's any sort of desire to know more about it, let me know. I'll be happy to kind of share and such. And yeah, it looks like we kind of went into the live server instead of our PTU. So we're going to have to fix that, and I'll be filling some dead air in the meantime, so to speak. And so the beginner box, what I'm doing with that is most of my players are very experienced with role-playing games. We've played a lot of D&D, but a couple of them are still fairly new to it. So I was saying, well, let's do just the beginner box, the adventure there, but we'll add in all the races and classes that are available in the core book to enable so that way we're still on the basic learning level of things, but it gives a little bit more options for people to branch out from having basically, in the beginner box there are 3 races and 4 classes, and when you've got 5-6 players, that doesn't necessarily make for as fun of branching characters as they might like. So I added in the core rulebook for them to pick the races out of there and the classes out of there and all the different subclasses out of there. It makes it a little bit more challenging on me, but I'm having fun with it. And so, as I said, they've made it to the second floor of basically halfway through the beginner box dungeon. And then once they finish that, assuming that everybody wants to keep playing, we'll go into the Troubles in Otari anthology adventure set, which basically is kind of a continuation off of that, and from there we should hopefully be able to By we, I mostly mean me. I should hopefully have enough running chops under my belt to be able to kind of continue and kind of branch off into my own thing from that those little adventure paths. And it'll be fun to see. I'm hoping for the best. I've kind of got a history in running games of getting to a point where the players do something that completely throws me off, and then it kind of causes me to shut down and be like, and I don't have anywhere to really, I get stuck and not, don't really think on my feet quick enough there for it to continue, and so it kind of dies off. I'm hoping that going through these couple of little adventure line bits here, it will give us, well, one, give me the ability to kind of start learning how to adapt to the player reactions a little bit more from just having extra experience of running a game. And two, help kind of break my historical habit of getting a game, a session or two, and then it just dying because either I'm not ready to run it or the players have done something that just completely threw my plans out the window, and then it leaves me at a complete loss. And it looks like we might have the 2535 entities bug again, but we'll see. We had the player unstowed thing when we went to sign in, so that could be part of it. Is it's trying to restow my character after the crash to desktop. And hey, there we go. We're good, I think. Our entities are climbing up again. It found our character. There we go. Again, we're going to close. Actually, wait. If I'm going to be seeing, trying to get on a reclaimer crew, I need that open. I like the shirt, maybe? Possibly? I don't know. That, I'm not sure what I think about that. That, it's definitely something. Okay, you can push the button. Hello there, friend. Hello there, friend. I don't get why our frames are chugging. So here we go. I mean, we could also just pull out our own reclaimer and try and run it solo, but I don't find that to be near as fun. I guess we could also try and do some of the new. Try and get into some of the new bunker type missions.
Now arriving. to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
At all times.
Let's see here. I really am curious why it's duplicating a lot of my items.
Departure and arrival boards conveniently located throughout the spaceport.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you.
Uh,
It takes all of us working together to keep ARCcorp safe and secure. Be vigilant and report possible threats every time. From transforming worlds to exploring the stars, ARCcorp is proud to bring the universe closer together. ARCcorp, investing in tomorrow's future.
we could also just mess around with the Corsair,
Are your
but
responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
Last boarding call for all passengers.
excuse me.
354 PEPD at gate B.
Uh,
Boarding call. The hatch will be sealed shortly.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Please be aware that while in the Stanton system and on ARCcorp, all
Welcome
UEC common
to the
laws
aUEC
are
vehicle
still in
retrieval
effect.
system.
oh, it hasn't duplicated our Vulture again.
For the latest travel information, be sure to check the departure and arrival boards conveniently located throughout the spaceport. Obey all security and customs personnel at all times. Their job is your safety. Thank you for visiting ARCcorp, Stanton's capital of commerce. Whatever your transaction, we wish you a beneficial and
It sounds like typical Star Citizen. Crashed my ship into a station because of some bug or another.
Been delivered to the following location. Please visit
Hangar 4.
obey all security and customs personnel at all times. Their job is your safety.
And let's see how long it takes for us to crash again.
For the latest travel information, be sure to check the departure and arrival boards conveniently located throughout the spaceport.
Ooh. Hello there. I always get nervous when somebody gets on the elevator with me that I don't know.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
You are clear to launch.
Launch complete.
Nice, smooth, and simple launch.
Thank you, and please visit again.
You know, I'm wondering if the Vulture or Reclaimer are going to end up being the most used ships in 318. It just seems like they would be to me. You know what? We're going to go over to Crusader L1. Excuse me. Just to see what we can see over there. And here we go. Super long quantum jump, but that's okay. Do, 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 do. Lots of people just talking there in chat. Hello, Colin. Pleasure to see you here. I just happened to glance over and see you. Hopefully, I caught you in time before you left. So what we're doing is we're taking our Vulture over to Crew L1, and we're going to try and salvage a little bit before the game decides to either crash to desktop or 30ks or something. We're just going to see what happens. How's things over there in the UK? You guys are, well, GMT is about 8 hours ahead of me, so to give you an idea about where in the world that I live. Well, oof, that's about the time where I start wanting to go to bed. You know what I mean? But hopefully I can keep you at least somewhat entertained while we have this long-ass jump for us. Have you gotten a chance to play any of the PTU yet, or is this all new to you? Looks like we got about 17 million kilometers to go. Hopefully my sound is okay for you. I'm still having issues working out the sound. Let's see, we still got good B-Win, server frames are okay. Those are things that I always worry about. That's good to hear. Like I said, the last couple times I've tried this, I've either had the game way too quiet or my voice was way too quiet, and so nobody. It seems like a hard time for people to hear me and such. So we'll see how things go. Yeah, this has been a real rough PTU. It was either 316 or 317. One of those two was also a really rough PTU. As much as I want this to go live this month. I don't see it hitting the live servers this month. At least not unless CIG can knock down some of the major bugs that are causing issues, and get the persistent entity streaming flowing as smooth as it really needs to be. And the reason I keep looking off to my right here is the screen with your chat is over there on the right. And we got people screaming about 30Ks coming in, and it's like, no, it's not. My stuff is showing pretty good. Yeah, I can understand that. So there's a couple ways that you get access into Wave 1 PTU. It's so the easiest way is subscribe. After that, once you hit the $1,000 mark in purchasing stuff through CIG, then you're in Wave 1 PTU. I don't recommend that unless you want to support CIG for well, for this patch, my favorite ship is actually this Vulture, but just because it's different. But I think when it goes live and is all kind of streamed out and smoothed out and such, I think the Reclaimer is going to be a really strong ship. But kind of my go-to ship that I keep going back to, that's a tough one, honestly. Kind of a toss-up between the Caterpillar and the... I really hate that this does that. So if I'm wanting to haul cargo, it would be the Caterpillar or the Carrack. I like the C2. I own a C2, but I try and always fly in first person, and I don't know if you've ever tried to land a C2 in first person, but it is not fun. Speaking of a C2, here we're coming up on one. But since IAE this last year, I would say my daily drivers are would probably constitute a either the Drake Cutter or the C8R. Unless I'm trying to haul a little cargo, in which case I might trade the C8R for a C8X. Have you seen... Yeah, that's a pretty common problem with the Hercules class. Have you seen Salvage yet, or no? It's basically Star Citizen meets Power Wash Simulator. And you basically strip the hull off like so. And then get the cargo section there to fill up. What I do, I don't know if it's for the best or not, but I'll once it fills and tells me that it's starting to eject, I'll stop my beam just because I don't know if it's... Oh yeah, that... It's a rough, can be rough. I've had it happen several times. I used to work in the video game industry doing testing for games, so due to former job experience, I've developed a little bit of a tolerance to it. But at the same time, there's part of me that's like, I used to get paid for this shit, now I'm paying for this shit. Do we have anything off this one? Looks like we do. And so the I will say the Grey Cat track in Orison is kind of neat. I don't think they really have the ground vehicle controls fully there yet for it. That could also just be me being bad at driving ground vehicles in the game. I won't say that that's not a possibility. But, so when you see this filler station ejecting, that's when I usually stop the beam. I don't know if me sucking in more material at that point wastes the material or not. So I figure I'd rather be on the safe side than make the waste material. And so that one box that we just ejected, and once we get the second box done, we'll go and move them around and such. But that one box that we ejected at a TDD is right around 7,000 alpha UEC. So it's very profitable. No, we want to go there. Is that stuff that we can... It looks like it. You're saying no material, but you're stripping stuff. So there we go, there's valid material. As for the Andromeda, so when I first got into the game, I bought a the Aurora MR starter package. Played for, I don't know, about an hour, maybe two, and then decided that I needed an Andromeda and bought one. So the Andromeda holds a special place in my heart. I don't currently have one in my fleet. I don't get what's going on with this. We might be a little too close. Excuse me. It might be telling me the valid stuff's on the other side as well. But yeah, the Constellation series is also one of my favorite series of ships. I think I've got a Loner Aquila or Aquila, however you pronounce it. And then we've also yeah, so I have spent way more money on this than is probably healthy. But, you know, I figure it's better than, like any hobby, it's expensive. So, to get out of our... you might see one of the bugs with the Vulture here. No, we don't want to... So, one of the bugs with the Vulture is it'll either flip the seat around like it's supposed to, and let you out to the back of the ship, or it'll have you go out that side door and EVA out into space. So, my best advice to you with the Vulture is always make sure you're wearing a spacesuit. As for the cargo grid stuff here, it snaps around and you just kind of drop it into place. And depending on how the server frame rate is going, it makes things a little bit more difficult. So what we can do with the material that we've scraped, we can either compress it into another one of those boxes, or we can go here to create, and if I didn't have a multi-tool, let's zoom in here, we can create one for basically 9/10 of an SCU. We can make a tractor beam attachment for 20% of an SCU, or a salvage attachment for 20% of an SCU. If at all you can avoid doing this, I would strongly suggest avoid doing that, because that one box that's one SCU is worth about 7,000 alpha UEC. So that puts that multi-tool that you can make from here at about 5,000 alpha UEC. You can buy a multi-tool from the stations for like 500, 600, 700, something like that. So it is in no way cost effective, but it's useful if if you go out and don't have it, or if the inventory glitches and you lose it or something like that. I am a little weirded out about the and that glitch there when we get in is a fairly common one. And then this glitch has also been fairly common for me, where the beams no longer auto-center. I wonder. Nope, those don't. It's kind of weird, but you know, it happens. We'll just. So again, like I said, I don't know if this is something that's actually needed. I've just been doing it because, well, I don't want to run the risk of wasting material. Yeah, let's see here. Titan is one of the best starter ships. For a budget. If you're just getting into the game, my initial thoughts up until this last IAE was actually go with the Mustang, unless you wanted a bed. And now with the cutter, it's go for the cutter because it's just a little bit more and it gives you so much more than the Mustang and the Aurora. But for that little bit more than the cutter, with the Avenger, you get so much more use out of that ship than the cutter can provide. I mean, honestly, the only thing that the cutter gives you that the Titan doesn't is the cutter gives you a bathroom. And the whole like hygiene stuff isn't in the game yet, so I don't know. The Titan can hold more cargo and has better weaponry. But the cutter is the starter that's got the latest and greatest of the Gold Pass stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I've got a Titan as a loner from all of the crap that I've got through the game. But oh, hey, it kind of moved us out. And the Titan is really good. True. Yeah, the cutter has a lot more internal space, and now my beams are starting to do what they're supposed to. Again, that's weird. But yeah, no, I think for a zero to hero type game setup, the cutter or the Pisces is why are you not stripping that? That is clearly hull. But the cutter of the Pisces is clearly the more starter ship, so to speak, and then the Titan is what you would upgrade to along that sort of line. I mean, the Mustang or the Aurora work really well for it as well. But I think the Titan is kind of the first step in sort of a zero to hero sort of thing. If you've already got a Titan and are trying to do sort of a zero to hero thing, then I would say you run your Titan until you get to like a Connie, a Cuddy, or a Freelancer, depending on which ship you like more. For me, I would say the the Connie is the ship that I definitely like more, except for those damn struts. They could clear the struts like they've done with the Mantis and the Scorpius on the Connie. I think the Connie would be probably the ship that I flew the most often. I'm actually, for when 318 goes live, I've got a secondary character. Like I said before, I've spent way too much money on this game. That I'm thinking I'm going to do a zero to hero with that account and have the goal of buying a reclaimer in the game through doing salvage and such and working on reclaimers and the like, and I think that might be kind of fun. Either that or do a yeah, this is just kind of weirdly relaxing. Well, you have yourself a good night and enjoy yourself, and we'll see you out there in the verse. Feel free to send a friend request to Disco Ray, and I'll be happy to accept. And if you like, we can play sometime. Sleep well. Here we go for round 3 of boxes. Excuse me. Alrighty, we will, when I'm over in live, I will try and remember to add you. Actually, let me go ahead and, well, I'll have this in the thread chat history, so I can go back and get it, and then we'll add you then if you don't add me first. Have a good night and sleep well. Yeah, this is oddly satisfying. And then the reclaimer version of this is much more involved. I really think that this patch is going to be where multi-crew really starts to shine. Just based off of what I've seen from other creators that have shown what they've been able to do in with a reclaimer and such. So I think the coloration on these is the amount of hull material that is available. So, like, yellow has more hull material than red. Green has more than yellow. And then blue has more than green. I think. I don't know. I've heard other content creators talk about green and blue, but I haven't personally seen them, so I can't really comment on it. One of the other fun things that can be done is these salvage ships, we can actually board them. And then, like, unless it's been patched out on the salvage 890s, you can actually set your respawn on them because their med bays are still working. But I imagine CIG is going to patch that out because I'm fairly certain that that is not intended. Okay, so that... Let's see if this fixes it. Because if we can isolate where the problem is, we can then report on it. Let's go get all the... Let's get what we can and... Yeah, there was even a bit where they, you could take the salvage lasers from the Reclaimer, its turrets, and put them on your Vulture. Because they are both listed as size 1. I don't think that's intended, but it's funny. I really don't get why... Oh, yay, we have a spammer. Sorry guys, had to take care of the spammer there. Of course, now I'm looping myself through YouTube, so you know. And we're just kind of hanging out and got a small amount of SEU showing up. Um, yeah, I really don't get why the beams keep breaking their. They're bonding. Hey, we're more full than I thought we were. There we go. That's a little. Of course, there's things that just don't make sense to me. Like how stuff that is clearly hull material is listed as not valid. Or how stuff, or it says not valid, but we're pulling like 0.001 SCU at a time from it. Yeah, there's definitely some weirdness going on. Let's go. Wow. It decided to drop us to like 10 frames a second. Let's start down here and see if that helps. PTU. And we're gonna just pick this thing clean. I don't know why this is so relaxing and soothing, but it is. Aside from these little hitches here and there, but now that we've got a full load, we can go sell and get some water. I mean, we could go fill up one more box, but we wouldn't really be able to sell it, so off to Crusader.
Quantum drive is now on.
In here, we're going to sell our cargo, grab some beverage while we're there. And I don't know, maybe call it there. Maybe go fill up another load. Either way, I will need to take a bit of a break to get some water and such for myself as well as my character here. But yeah, we're gonna hang out at least until we sell, so we can show you all how much credits we make and the like. And hopefully those who are watching or have watched have been having a good time.
Quantum drive is now off.
Let us find. Oh, there it is. There's Orison.
Quantum drive is now on.
Yeah, I'm curious why some things are kind of acting a little weird. But No, it's definitely nice to come in this so much closer to the landing zone. Excuse me.
Hello. Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Show me where that landing bay is there. There it is. It finally decided to pop up.
Landing gear down. Landing complete. Engines offline.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
We have landed! Yay! Um. Okay. Let us drop our.
Welcome to the aUEC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Safety is a top priority for all of us at Crusader, and we want your help. Keep track of all personal effects, follow all safety announcements, and and report any concerns to Crusader Security. Together, we can set your visit on the right course.
Please visit us again.
So we are storing.
First class crew for Starliner TRL-13N-C, please report to Hangar 3. TRL-13N-C, route to Hangar 3.
Let's get our beverage up as high as we can get it. Not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. We are fully topped off on food and drink. Yeah, I think that's a bad elevator to try and get into over there. So we're going to take this one.
A friendly reminder, the next shuttle is approaching the station.
If I remember correctly, this one will take us to the TDD and such. It's still disturbing that we're dropping to so low frames. Especially when there's no reason that we should be.
Approaching next station. If this is your stop disembark.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
We sell one SCU for essentially 7.7K. And then 12 SCU for 92.4K. So that's a little over 100,000 alpha UEC for it's about 50,000 alpha UEC for an hour. Wasn't you're not really trying in the Vulture there? But I think that's going to be it for me for the day. So everybody have a fantastic day, and we'll see you all next time.